Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a...
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run with Michel. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now Darnold. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Here's McCaffrey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. One. Watch the ship. One.
This is McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
3. Check 4, check 3.
A first down throw for Mariota. And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
First and goal at the 5-yard line. I'm coming for you. You mine. Shit.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
I got it. Kill. 3.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
McCaffrey. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Screenplay. Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They'll come up now with a clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. second down, Michel. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
It's caught inside the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 15-yard line.
Everyone, you got 4 down. He's coming. One.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Tighten down. There you go. Kill. One. Check. Fresno. Bang.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
Where are they, team? Alert 3. Big Dan. H3, 218. Chopper. Wide. Get wide.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is third and goal, this Chiefs defense. They're giving it all they got. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field positions, earned him 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On the ground is Michel, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Let's go!
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Kansas City.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Tighten up, tighten up. Check, check. Check, ready. Check.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Right now in the 2nd quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be attacked. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, and this is Cook with a grab. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Darnold from the gun. Jones has it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sony Michel. His 4th touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Check that. One.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, check.
They go play action. Mariota. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 37. Show it. 22 jet bomber. Time go. One.
This time they stay on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Check 52. Come on. 3. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring 66. Roll it high. Check. 3.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the 47-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm coming after you. One. 52's a Mike. Watch Mike. Yeah. You don't want none.
Mariota. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Incomplete. Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mariota gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, 52's the Mike. I'm here all day. I got him. Back to Mike. I got him. Mike 52. You can't block me. Where are they, team?
Mariota on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Alert flare, alert flare. One. Yo, Mike 50, Mike 50. Alpha. Yo. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
I'm coming after you.
Final play of the half here, Mariota. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the new Bronco for 2019, Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mariota to throw it. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Let's go. We got this. Six guys. One.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
General, flash.
Play action now, Mariota. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
You got 3 down. Check 24. Check 24. 3.
A second down throw here for Mariota. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Brandon Cooks with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch twitch. Recon, 132 fighter. Watch the safety cream. Shoot.
And it's Michel once again. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mariota. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Shifts free at the 15. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold. That's complete to Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
50, Time to go, night. What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight.
Darnold for the red zone now. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it. This is Michel. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they will run it with Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Prater for the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Got him. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Brought down back at the 19-yard line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would be. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And here we go on 4th. Darnold looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check Mike 50. I got one. Mike's 50. Mike's 1.
Following the interception here, Mariota. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Check girls, check girls, check girls. Check 26, check 26. Hey, check 24.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for KC, 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Darnold, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run with McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mariota here to throw. He gets it to Cooks. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mariota. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Mariota now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Mariota eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Telvin Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
At the 16-yard line.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Check. Look, where are they, team?
Here's Mariota. And spins away. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Mariota to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold. It's complete to Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Darnold now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan, the new Bronco. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Denver, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.